この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Ebo, Ebo, 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 Ebo. Alrighty, welcome everyone. I just started recording. You probably still hear background noise because I haven't set anything up. We're going candid as fuck today. We're in the middle of a fight in the show, and I'm in the middle of a fight in reality. Not really, but like in a metaphorical sense, like, yeah. And I just wanted to come and sit down. I just got home. I'm all sweaty. My room is a mess, and my stuff isn't up the way it should be, and I don't care. I just wanted to get started in order to get started so that I could start saying some of the things that I think I need to say. Here we are in Jujutsu Kaisen in a battle for existence, our own and maybe everybody's, against the physical embodiment of humanity he's been called, Mahito, a malicious perspective, something like the voice of doubt and hatred. I'm a drink beverages and shit. I'm not sponsored. Also, these are mediocre and I wouldn't buy another one. But when I saw that Liquid Death was making a tea, what was I gonna do? Not drink it? A battle with the embodiment of humanity in all its forms, darkness and otherwise, and a revelation of weakness, not like failure, not like you're not capable of reaching your goals, but a different kind of weakness, an undercutting of intention. Mahito comes at Yuji and he says, "You, in your arrogance, dare to consider yourself capable of making change in the world? You dare to be the arbiter of what deaths are, right? You dare?" He's that voice of doubt that's in all of us. The reason for treason. It's an idea that's been anthropomorphized and given many names. But let's talk about it as an idea, and we can hit it from a bunch of angles with a bunch of those names. Well, we only need one. We'll just lean on Judeo-Christian stuff. Get thee behind me, Satan. But as an idea, that idea gets mischaracterized so often. It's this externalized thing where it's like, there's a devil out there and stuff. It misses the whole point of all the allegories of the old texts, is that they're about us internally. That inside of us are two wolves, and whichever one you feed gets real horny. I don't know, however that saying goes. That inside of us is that voice of critical reasoning. And it is the voice of critical reasoning, of thought and rationalism, and it on its own, unchecked, unbound, untied to certain forms of compassion to the other voices, it can spiral out and lead the whole machine toward darkness, destruction of self and other. That critical capacity that humans have to break things down into their component pieces and see what's wrong with them lets us sort of overwhelm ourselves. We've got all this structure to us that's built up to be a living person, like in a society or in a being or whatever. And we're like the only creature that can logic our way out of that. We can logic our way into thinking that life is meaningless. We can logic our way into thinking other people hate us and we're bad or something when it isn't true. We can misuse our faculties. And it's just using the faculties. But when it's not tied to the proper like safety protocols and like ways of thinking and being that should be ingrained into us as part of healthy functioning people, those critical faculties can spiral out of control. Kind of like Mahito. They kind of take a similar sort of logical setup as the way we've been presenting curses over the course of this. Here we are in a battle between curses and humans, sorcerers in particular. Humans mundane people, civvies, are kind of like people, like the people that you meet, and like us, like you. And then sorcerers are the people who are aware, who like are aware of the state of things and can affect both sides. And what they're aware of is the other side, the side of ideas, the side of thought and patterns of thought, the side of conglomerated concepts, of Google Trends, but on like a human level. What are the Googles trending toward? Are they trending toward chaos and destruction in an area? That's kind of like a curse. Might cause some unforeseen consequences and some seething evil. Sort of like if the prevailing view in a town is that everybody in the town is a bad person and nobody likes living here, it's going to be a pretty shitty town to live in because everybody's going to treat each other with fear and contempt and disrespect because everybody lives here as a bad person, self included. And nobody wants to live here, so nobody's going to try to make it better because they all just want to get out. That town is cursed. Why? Because of a curse? Or is there a root, a core from whence all of those things come? Humanity. The ones who think those things up, who make up meaning in the stars and then live our lives by it and then decide to go to war by it. They're just stars. There is nothing true or false, but thinking makes it so. There is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. And we are cursed to think. When we were built to feel. Because we are animals with a computer grafted on top. That's not quite right. The computer is emergent, but kind of sudden and unexpected toward the rest of the being underneath. It's very hard for us to grapple with. It's kind of like a singularity point of epic proportions where it all kind of comes together at the center of human civilization, the places of transport where everything meshes, the tunnels that we use to like go places that are symbolic in Japan centrally of like structure and order and organization. So we fight there. And we have a battle between a character who feels, despite being told that his feelings are a little bit irrational. He has these strong feelings that he states about how he wants to be, and how he wants to orient himself, and how he wants to live in this world. And they're like needs. They're like, I must do these things because it's the way I'm structured. Like, I come into contact with reality, and I have to restructure reality to fit me, or I'm going to die. The reality that I have to live in, if I'm going to plug in, has to be one where death makes sense at a fundamental level. Okay. Good luck with that when you're faced up with the horrifying extreme of human critical rationality, which says it's time to burn it all down and start over. It doesn't matter if it's humans, maybe the real humans will come after this. That is a very extreme thought that in the last 10 years has become almost fucking mainstream. To my eye. The pervasive depression and lack of faith in each other, in our systems, in our structures, is terrible. I have spent the last couple of weeks traveling all around my state, and I've seen a lot of stuff. And I've seen a lot of darkness of humanity. And up until today, I couldn't grapple with it. It's part of why I haven't recorded anything. There are lots of reasons that I haven't recorded anything. I'm doing a lot of work on the me part, which is the thing that needs to be able to plug into the working part and the making videos part in order to make it make sense, you know? Like, when I live these stories and live my life alongside them, sometimes the, like, Sometimes I'll watch the story and I'll be like, totally get that. I've already experienced that. That was me 3 years ago. And sometimes I'll go, I don't understand this yet. I think it's important, but I don't get it yet. And sometimes I'll be watching the story and I'll be like, oh, that's happening to me right now. I'm in the middle of that battle right now, and I don't know how it's going, and I don't know how to orient myself around this thing. And the last couple months were like that, but with like 4 shows all at once. It was like Free Ren as an overall umbrella perspective thing is like, yeah, I want to continue creating things and sending information down into the depths of history because it's important, and also honoring and looking at the people of the past and the present who are making things now and like existing in the world in a powerful way. Sick. Let's orient toward doing that as an overall goal, because that seems like a great way to be. Oh shit, I oriented toward a fundamental goal. That means cutting off all the things that are attached to me that don't align with that goal, and that means an immense amount of internal change. And then it's like Mushoku Tensei, where relationships are building and growing and shit, and it's like, oh fuck, I'm building relationships and growing relationships and shit, and I'm in a romantic relationship, and it's like the hardest thing I've ever done, and it's great, and I love it, and it's fucking hard. And then there's Jujutsu Kaisen, where on a fundamental level, our characters in a weird representation that started clicking. I don't know. There's something to it. There's something to the writing. I will talk about it maybe. I don't know if I can wrap my head around that part. We're just going to skim past it. There's something about the writing that's good. It's like clicking in a way where it's speaking to my subconscious in ways that I didn't expect. And sort of watching it on the surface, I was like, this is a very conscious level show where it's pretty obvious what's going on. And then it did the shonen thing that I talked about in episode 1, where it's like, while you're watching the fun fights and being all excited, it's actually sneaking in life lessons. It's like, yeah, it looks like we're having a life lesson about a deep shadow work and incorporation with the people that you don't want to be, and recognizing that your desires for the world can't always happen because fundamentally you are your enemy. Womp, 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 womp. Welcome to living consciously and existing in a world where stories, like, matter to you. It's fucking hard. I invite you to join me. I don't think that I would ever go back to living any other way. It's very Morpheus red pill, blue pill-ish, is like, well, you could take the blue pill and just chill the fuck out and watch some chill-ass anime, bro. Or you could take the red pill and recognize that most of your fundamental structures for interacting and orienting toward the world are based in anime. So maybe you should pay the fuck attention to this stupid shit that you watch, because it's actually changing you, bro. And also, if it's changing you, then how much more are the, like, hyper-intentional, high-bandwidth multimedia experiences changing you? How's that TikTok feed going? How does Twitter feel? How much is your brain rotting? And would you like to change that? You can, just by changing your perspective on it and treating it like it matters. I'm not immune to advertising. I am immune to advertising. I am not immune to advertising. I am immune to advertising. You're not immune. But that's powerful, and it means that you can choose what fuel you put in your engine. Like, you can choose to intake shit that makes you better. How cool is that? Like, you can, and I don't think there's anything wrong with sitting there and just incorporating and inhaling like 4 seasons of shitty anime. It's fine. But at the same time, you can also choose to spend the time to, and the effort and the energy to, like, watch a thing that will fundamentally alter your experience of reality for the foreseeable future. I said this a couple days ago in a video, but it's like, what if you treated every experience and interaction that you go through as though it might be your favorite? Because you might not have ever seen your favorite anime yet. So this episode of that new show that you're watching might be the first episode of your favorite anime ever. And you'll find out really fast that it won't be, because it'll be like, this is all right. But, like, what if? And if you go into that with that perspective, then you'll let things in that might actually have an effect. Okay. I'm all blathery. I'm all over the place. I think that should be expressed effectively by the fact that I don't have my background and shit up. Yeah. I'm okay with being blathery and shit. I hope you're along for the ride. If not, skip ahead to the freaking video. We will get there. We're going to get there. I don't want to waste your time, but I do want to take my time because I've had enough time to like reframe my perspective on Jujutsu Kaisen as we've come up to this point. I couldn't grapple with it. Here we are in this fight with humanity, and I could have watched it. It's simple, but it didn't click. I've been waiting for it to feel right and to flow. My partner asked me, what's my vibe today? And I said, I'm waiting for the trigger to watch Jujutsu Kaisen, but until it hits right and it flows, it doesn't flow. It's in, and this is somebody who hasn't seen the show, so I just expressed, it's in the midst of a life or death struggle against the embodiment of the dark side of humanity, and I don't know how quite to frame it yet. Soon, though. So my vibe has been riding around, dancing down the street. And that's what I did this morning. I idly tootled around my neighborhood because I got some new knee braces and I wanted to check them out. But I had the urge to go fast and go further, so I tootled further and I went and checked out the Goodwill in town while my laundry was in, and lots of stuff is going on today. I'm like, in a lot of ways, moving in great directions. That's why the chaos is here. Like, we're in the midst of a battle, and we're going to figure out how it goes as we go. But I think I'm at the point in the battle where I got to stop and watch the Jujutsu Kaisen, and that's the thing that I need to plug into me in order to make this whole gear thing go. So that was how I expressed it then. And then I was in the Goodwill, and I was looking and looking, like I kept going to and looking at and then circling back around to a stack of 5 taped stacks of these 16 by 16 plastic Everbuilt pegboards, 30 total, and each of these is $6. So for the 30, it ended up costing not much. Great deal. As far as I can tell, the individual 16 by 16 pegboards cost $10 each. This is $300 worth of pegboards that I got for 30. Sweet. This is gonna go all over my walls, and I'm a drill it in and anchor it to the studs, and then I'm gonna buy a super cheap set of like a bajillion pegs off of Amazon. I'm gonna put pegs fucking everywhere, and then I'll be able to put everything on the walls, and it'll totally change the way that my whole space works, which will be really cool and interesting. I don't know how it's gonna work yet. But while I was there, I was looking at it, and I ride an electric unicycle, so I'm standing in full moto gear. I've got my freaking wheel with me, and I'm looking at the thing, and I am scrolling on Uber, like figuring out how much it'll cost to Uber from the Goodwill to my house, and it would be like $15. Not terrible, but not money that I want to spend, but not terrible. Just figuring it out. Older guy comes up to me on a wheelie knee scooter. His whole ankle is in a brace. He stops and he sort of engages me in conversation about the wheel and about the pegboards. Yeah, you're looking at buying those? How are you going to get them home? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Not really sure how I'm going to get them home. He goes, well, you live nearby? Yeah, I live nearby a couple miles. Gave him some cross streets, and he goes, you see that truck over there? That's my truck. And you see that guy over there? And he points to a disabled fella, going through racks at the Goodwill. That's my son. You want to ride? You can just throw your bike thing in there and we'll just take you. It'll be a few minutes before we're done browsing around here. So I nodded and I said, thank you, sir. That would be really, really wonderful of you. Quite a gesture of good faith. A good thing to do. Or what a kind thing to do. I will accept your offer heartily. And so I did. I took the stuff over and I paid for it, and it was a little bit cheaper than I even expected. I had found a pair of work pants for my partner, which will come up in my Dress Up Darling when it comes up. Found a pair of work pants that are like really cute, but also like solid. Got those. Hopped in this guy's truck. Packed it all away. He's got multiple tendons torn in his ankle. Smiling, shakes my hand. Buttoned the truck up. talk about living where we live, growing up around here. He starts talking to me about his son who's moved home with him. It's supposed to be 4 months, now it's 4 years. I don't know what to do. I'm at the end of my rope. Me and the wife, we don't know. It's driving my wife crazy, but I don't know how to tell him to get out. So there I am in the backseat of a stranger's car talking to someone on the other side of the same circumstance with many changes and details different that I was on the other end of 8 years ago. 6 years ago? 7 years ago. Somewhere in there. When I got kicked out. When I got really hurt. And I've got this man doing something incredibly kind for me. He tells me about how he drives his disabled son around town all day. Going to places he wants to go, goes to the gym, goes to the Goodwill to check out stuff. Just having a nice day. Here he is doing this incredibly nice thing to me. And he's talking. Just because he's just frustrated, like the kind of small talk that you make with a stranger. No idea that it's like parallel to some of the most important events of my life. And suddenly I'm on the other side being asked to like give advice that may or may not be taken on the life of someone who might be in the same kind of struggle and pain that I'm in. And so it's like a moment of being able to look back at myself, at how I've been treated, how I've treated others, and how others have treated me, and frame it along with all of the people treating each other that I've seen over the last weeks and months and years and my life. I've spoken to homeless people this past week. I've spoken to extremely wealthy people this past week. I've been on trains and cars and streets. I've been in wealthy touristy places and scary train stations. I rode up over a mountain to get a car, and I drove back with a truck driver who spent the whole ride yelling back and forth with his lawyer because they were both screwing each other over. I've met people trying to do good and trying to just survive, and I haven't met anyone trying to cause harm. I've met a lot of people who see themselves as victims, though. And it's made me realize that that's what an abuser looks like, is someone who thinks that they're the victim and makes it your problem. So I can look back and reframe myself and others, and I can reorient my desires with a little bit more nuance. I can embrace that some of that feeling that I have of indignation toward the world causing me harm is the same feeling that feeds into the harm causers and the harm doers. Pain is a part of existence. Getting hurt by that is foolish. Do you see the distinction? It will be pain, but you don't have to be hurt about that. Not if you're aware that it's coming. Curse the sky. How dare it put me on this earth so that I will experience pain and suffering. That's one way to exist. And by cursing existence, you curse yourself. By cursing yourself, you become a curse yourself. So, when the world causes harm that's outside of your control, because of malice, because of other people's victimization and their own hatreds and their own indignation and their own contempt and their own fear that turns into spikes pointed outward, and when you cause harm yourself because you are capable of causing harm, you have a shadow self that the more you desperately try to cling to the idea that you won't be causing harm, the more it will. When you wake up at the edge of the crater and your world is rocked because you realize that you are your own enemy, and now you have to face that down and fight it, what do you turn to? On the inside. For real. If I am a monster, then I will know my monster. And in knowing it, I will grow to control it. And in controlling it, I will grow to channel it. And in channeling it, I will choose my direction. I will exert force. And force will be exerted and harm will be caused. And it is of my concern and it is my responsibility, but it will not stop me. Gojo. Enlightened. Awake. Aware of the interconnectedness of all, aware fully of his own power, aware of his goals, aware that they will cause a wake of destruction behind him, and entirely willing. Yuji is not that. He feels too much. Gojo is like a Buddha. And if you meet a Buddha, kill him. Yuji is us. Yuji is a boy, a man, a human. Yuji determines what he can do next. But the answer has come. It came for me and it came for Yuji. All love. Yuji wasn't able to grapple with it. He started losing badly against Mahito. All the rage and fervor and feeling like a victim just got flipped on its head when Mahito used his cynicism to undercut it. Aren't you just doing something like the same thing? Well, rip. And your arrogance, your arrogance to think that you could change things. Truly, you're just like me. But Yuji is not alone, and that's the difference. And I am not alone. And we are not alone. When you're locked in a box, and it's just you and the devil inside, you and your own carbon copy Mahito, who can shape change into whatever horrors are worst and most effective at destroying you, you can't win against that. It's gonna know you better than you do. It's like a fight against your own shadow. Except it's coming at you with a cruelty and a fervor that you can't match unless you're really solid. The way we get solid isn't alone. It's together. So salvation comes in the form of a beautiful, beautiful boy, a beautiful, beautiful brother T-posing through the galaxy. And that is where salvation comes from. It's from somebody else being willing to reach out and do something cool and kind. The guy who gave me a ride today saved me a few dollars. But the conversation that we had and the fact of that conversation and the human connection that was present in it saved me a lot more. And now I get to share it with some of you, and maybe it'll mean something to you too. I'm not sure. But I'm trying to be something like a conduit for those experiences and how they relate between these stories that matter so much and our realities, our lives that also matter so much. I love doing it. I love talking about this stuff because it's not talking about anime. It's using anime as a long lever to turn the enormous gears of reality, like to get in there and understand the fundament of our existence. Because if thinking is the thing that shapes reality, and art is the way that we change how we think, and you want a good lever on how to change reality, you might want to look toward art. Whether consciously or unconsciously or somewhere in between, where it has an effect despite being unseen. Hundreds of thousands, millions of people have seen and incorporated the ideas of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's had an impact on the way that certain people think. Maybe it had that kind of an impact on you. Maybe talking about it in those terms and presenting it as something that might be more important than dumb shonen anime might help it click better. That's what I'm here to do, I think. In the car, in the truck, we talked about this kid who's living at his father's home. He's got 3 kids. One of them's disabled and can't leave. One of them's off doing his own thing. One of them's living at home. He's 37, not 24. He's been there for 4 years, not 2. The second set of numbers are mine. And when his dad talks to him about change, where I was answering, I'm having a really hard time and I'm not sure how to get things together, he's answering, there's nothing wrong with me. Everything else is the problem. While throwing suicidal ideations out and talking about how it would be better if the entirety of humanity just went up in smoke. I am not that person, and I was not that person. I think my father thought that I was something like that person, and it sucks a lot to not be seen. I was struggling and working, and at the point that I did get kicked out, I was building this channel into something amazing, only to have it pulled away from me. It is not the same situation. I was trying. This guy isn't. There is darkness in what happened between me and my father. Some of that darkness is mine to bear, but not that much of it. I was trying. And I can see that now in a way that I couldn't before. And so faced with a terrible decision that's not a decision, because I don't have any power here. I have no decision-making power, right? I don't think that this guy who gave me the ride is going to take my advice very seriously, but still, if words have power, and I have the power to say them, then it's important to be careful what you say. I pulled all this information out of the guy. We talked about it for a good while, about the situation with his son. And he looked at me with tears in his eyes and said, I have a really hard time telling my son to leave. When I grew up, my dad always said, you can always come back to the house and be here. My heart broke because that's something my dad had always told me. And it turned out not to be true. But here, on the flip side, is a man whose heart is breaking because he's trying so hard to extend so much grace and so much courtesy to a son who really truly is spitting on it. And it's like the exact reverse of the circumstance that I was in, where I was grateful and working and trying, and was still not afforded that grace at all. And here is a man so broken by giving that grace. What a thing to see, to experience. And so I looked at my newfound friend as I shook his hand, with tears in his eye and his platinum white balding hair and his bristly mustache. And I said, Sir, this was as we were truly leaving, Sir, can I say something about your son? I said, well, okay. I was in a similar situation not that long ago. If you want to save your son's life and yours, and he turned his head and he said, kick him out? I nodded. Kick him out. I don't know how to feel about that. How do you navigate a point where you can see yourself and have compassion for the person that you used to be, but also separate it from the harm that someone is causing based on their own delusions of victimization? How can you be willing to bring down the hammer on someone who's doing something that's very similar to something that you had the hammer brought down on you for, and feel like it was undeserved, and then feel like this time it's deserved? I don't know. It's complicated. That is like a real moral conundrum. I haven't had one of those like that in a while. I don't know if you can ever feel ready for a thing like that, but strangely I felt ready for that one. And then the moment that he drove away, and I turned toward the house, I felt ready to sit down and record Jujutsu Kaisen. So I carried the stuff inside, and I put it down, and I took my shoes off, and I turned on the camera. Didn't close the window or anything, I just turned on the camera and I started this video, and we've been here since. So now you're caught up on my day and where I'm at. Hopefully you're somewhat caught up on some of the psychological stuff that's been going on over the last couple of weeks in terms of how I'm trying to frame things, and specifically how I'm trying to frame things in relation to this battle that we're in and how we proceed into it. I think it's gonna be dope as fuck and fun. I'm also really scared that Todo is going to die, because I'm still scared that he's going to die, guys. And that would really throw a wrench in the works for, like, my framing of this toward my existence. Because, like, But as a perspective, I think what makes sense to me is seeing Todo as representative of brotherhood and companionship and community. Strength and resilience itself, stupidity and foolishness too, but like, and machismo, but all of that stuff comes with the homies, and he the homie. And sometimes when you're fucked and the world is beating you down, and it's actually you beating you down because it's your Mahito with all his claws and fucked up shit, and he's turning the people that you care about into disfigured humans and just throwing them at you so that you have to fight them too, and it's making your whole life miserable, and really it's you making it all miserable, but your whole life is miserable, and how dare it, and curse the sky. Sometimes you need a homie to step up to the plate and be like, what's up? I'm gonna strike a pose. You want to pose with me? Let's strike a pose. Let's put on the sunglasses. Let's go for a drive. Let's feel real cool. Let's go out for a night on the town and get drunk. Let's do something stupid. Let's pick up chicks. Let's talk about, talk about the girls that we like. Like, let's do a thing. Let's not live in this space where you're spiraling out in your little box, man. We the homies. We brace against each other. We clap and switch places together. You know. We're here to make this work together. We the homies. That's how it feels. It's weird, but that's how it feels. Felt like that today. On like the smallest level. On like a level of $13.54 for an Uber ride. Is what's changed, right? Like, oh, salvation. $13. Well, can be for some people. But more importantly, struggle. Damn, how do I get this thing home? Oh, look, a person, the homie. The homie comes up and he like, yo, homie, I got a truck. You got a thing that needs a truck. I'm not going anywhere. I'll drive you. You want money for gas? Nah, man, it's my good deed for the day. I'll just drive you. We're homies. We never met before. Yeah, but we're homies. You don't seem to fucking understand, little human. You don't seem to comprehend. I've been where you've been. The pain is real. The struggle is serious. Sometimes we gotta reach out to each other. Sometimes we gotta fight together. Sometimes I gotta take the blows when you can't. Sometimes I gotta make the moves when you can't. Sometimes we gotta rely on each other. And that doesn't start by relying on somebody else. It starts by being reliable for somebody else. I think that's where a lot of us get it fucking wrong. It's on them. I have the needs. It's on them. What if I was reliable for them? Simple shift. Really powerful. So the homie is here. Let's hope he remains here. It's been a fucked up bunch of episodes. If I draw Todo Aoi, he dies, right? Damn. Okay. I'm gonna draw what I'm gonna draw. I don't have one stacked up, We'll do an obituary drawing if we have to, but we're not going to do it preemptively. We don't mourn before the death. Yep. That's it. Because it's a question. The drawing is a question. And it comes with some weird questions. When I started drawing it, it was a web, but it was a web of connectedness between people, like the homies, right? But then it became not that. It became something spookier, which is it's a spider web, and there's a spider at the center, and that's Mahito, and that indicates that we're going to be dead. And then we're flying toward it, like Todo Aoi is literally flying toward it. Yeah? Like a bullet. But the bullet hasn't hit the web yet. And there are weird questions about spider silk and bulletproofness. So, how good is this fucking spider at building a web? That's really the question. Because my money is on the bullet for most spider webs. Mahito might not be the average spider. I hope my money can stay on the bullet, because I want Todo Aoi and the homies to be the homies forever. Spooky drawing. Not a death face, though, so that's good. Okay, I spieled a whole bunch. I spieled all over this place. I spieled a whole lot, and I don't know how to clean it up. So, I'm gonna take a break from spieling in order to do the thing that we're actually here to do, which is to watch the show. Which probably will help me spiel more. That's usually what it does. When we watch the show, it makes me spiel. Oh my god, I'm gonna spiel. Ah. That was bad. That was bad, sorry. Spiel for me. I've lost it. Shit. I've spilled all over. Shit. It's over. We've lost the tone. Okay, we're gonna cut our losses. Thanks so much for joining me for more Jujutsu Kaisen. We're going to watch episode 21, Metamorphosis, the first of two titled that. Okay, this is spooky. Let's just jump in. I've got episode 21 of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 up and ready to go. It's singing at 0 seconds. There'll be two versions. Picture-in-picture version with the video up there will be available in the description down there, and the timer-based version will be available on YouTube. You've already been watching it, so I think you probably know that already. Beep beep timer to count you down, early access on the Patreon, and also access to the poll that we use to replace this show when we eventually finish it soon. We'll see when that is, I'm not sure. Beep beep timer. Fun sounds. Lots of that OP stuff. Sliding and skating. Yeah, we're up top now. Ugh. Oh my god, that's wild. It's just everything is Mahito? Are we touching him then? I guess not. Yes, brother. In perfect syncison. Oi, clickety-clacko. Oh, you hold him, I'll punch. Oh, God. It's so cute. Oh, awesome. Oh, we're doing these big rotating shots. Whoa. Whoa. He made a bad homie. Oh, it's for real. This is going to be an animation extravaganza. Ah, we're clapping with the clappings. We've never really done that before. That's crazy. But it's multiple human souls, so it might be more. Let's go, Bruzza. But that Bruzza is the target. Itadori is the... He's got the worst. I don't know, we'll see. It's a special boy, though. He told you it was special. Damn it. Oh, shit, he touched you. I'm still worried about the touch. Wow. Haven't we destroyed that location before? Maybe they all just look the same. This really reminds me of some Chainsaw Man fights. Oh, that did it. It was a distraction. Huh. Useful distractions. Oh! I'm wrong. Okay. No, but strategically it... Yeah, it's just trying to kill you. Fuck. He's so cool. What a homie. Okay, so the detail that's different in the OP is that everything's fucked. The core detail to notice here is that everything's fucked. No. So many cool bits that have just been so nailed. Yeah, what's the play, man? Wah. There goes our landmark. Oh, it's episode 1. Oh, it's not episode 101, it's episode 100. Fuck. I don't know why I'm Mickey Mouse. This soundtrack is bop bang. He's so extra. Inazuma kick. Double Inazuma kick. Oh, Birdie. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just having fun. There's so many things again. It's... We're brothers, bitch. You underestimate the boy. You wanna land a blow on him? Instant, but yeah. He can't. That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, he's protected. He can break through, too. Yeah, what are you gonna do, man? Oh. I'll just evolve? Hey, Toto? Quick, simple domain, yeah. Oh, shit! Okay. We're freezing our mo. Everything's gonna be in these split seconds. Son of a dick! Son of a dick! Oh, that was beautiful. Shit. So he is... Why is he safe this time? You're... You think? I don't know, man. Oh my god, it just hit. And he cuts it off. Okay. Arm off. Ow. No, not my dog tag! That's death, man. Oh, don't get touched! Okay. So that was his one touch. God, he's learned so much, stupid adapting fucker. So he goes for an actual punch. He doesn't try to burn him, but he blocked it. Oh, my Toto! Oh, my guy, my brother! You're stronger. Fuck. That's the... He can clap. He can clap them cheeks, bro. Come on, Toto. Fuck, he's gonna die. It was it hitting the ground? Did that count? It did count. With the power of God and anime on my side! Get bunked! Pose, 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 pose. I love... So what does Toto lean on? When somebody else needs to lean on him, he leans on the power of anime. Of moe. Me IRL. Really me. Actually me, dude. I fucking love this. This is the most beautiful cut-in. I'm so happy. Get fucked. Yeah. Clapperoni. It was the thing hitting the ground? Maybe, I think in my mind, he clapped his cheeks. Damn, and he sees it that way, too. It's that anti-victim thing. That anti-fragility. Like, at least I'm doing this well. Instead of the opposite. Instead of like, it could be, oh, it's so bad. Yeah. It is so bad. But his whole attitude is like... And on the flip side, the proper response is not to stop. It's to carry it on. Fucking JoJo's level. Ah! That was sicko mode Toto making it happen, man. Full Polnareffing. Ah, shit, he's meta dicking. No, don't come. Don't come. Oh, he came. Oh, that's got Frieza vibes. Oh, no. He looks like the Godwomb thing that we fought, so it's a rehash of a previous battle in some ways. Yeah, man, that's fucking sick is what that is. Mahito's been a goofy goober, but that's a bet. That is Cell. That is Cell Saga Cell. That is Meruem complete. That is bad juju, dude. No. Nope. The rope neck? You know when his neck is made of ropes, it's a problem. Fuck. Great sound. Damn, and we're gonna walk to meet it. This is gonna be such a good smash, clash, bang, boom, bam. Come on, please don't undercut. Just smash them together. Wait, what the fuck? He doesn't need arms to fight. He's all tentos. And no eyes. Loss of humanity. Oh, shit. He's learned. Ah, and he's got the things to follow it up. Did we get away with just facial cuts? Okay, that's bad. Oh, it's very different. Can barely keep up. It's like Maharaga, but blades. It's like rogue version. The same flurry that we used before, and he's just like unstoppable. Convinced. What are we gonna do? Now we're back to where we were. Toto came in and saved us, and now we're back to being beaten down. Yeah. No sorcerer can at will, and he shatters that expectation. His teeth are coming through, but they're his teeth, aren't they? What? Did he just get Sukuna chopped? Oh, he's trying to force his leg to move. That with his own teeth coming through is crazy. Fuck yeah. Love when a fight just keeps going. We're underwater now? He's gonna try to time it underwater? Bro, you better hit him hard. Ugh. It's timing though. Yeah, he knows. At will though. Except whenever you come in. Dude, he's so gone. Everything's Hunter x Hunter today. This is so sick. John fucking Ken fucking. He's going for your face. What? Just to change the like timing or something? That was weird. Still got him. Delayed impact. It's what he was working on. Toto, again. It's Toto's influence. He lives on. Faked him out. Ah! Oh, let's fucking go! But guess what, motherfucker? Distraction, distraction. Ugh. Ugh. Get him again. Fuck, that's cool looking. Oh, that has so many layers. Oh my god, it's so cool. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. Ah. Ah. Imachigal. Yeah. Aware. Awake. A sorcerer. There's no running, little one. I am you. Remember? Oh, oh, that brings out a weird kind of spooky. The rabbit and the wolf. Yeah, we're gonna do it exactly. That's so silly. The teeth coming through that are your own teeth, man. Like you've bit through yourself. The same bunnies that you used. The wounded wolf comes. There is no mercy. You are the broken rabbit. You've failed. You've lost. Die. Still you struggle. Take him seriously, though. Don't let him prolong this. End it. Oh, I was wondering how we were going to transition back to that fucking shit. Whoa! Whoa! That was fucking awesome. I'll admit, I am you. I'm so sorry that it took so long for me to record this video, but I needed every second of it to become capable of seeing and understanding this. Because like a week ago, I would have talked to you about how this is such a cool representation of integrating with and incorporating and understanding and crushing the parts of your shadow that you're not willing to live with. But this week, I get to tell you that I'm there, that I'm doing it. I got to sit here and tell you my version of that at the beginning of this video. That I saw myself in someone harmful, and I saw the harm that I have caused, and I differentiated them and decided that one is not acceptable. I made a choice. Wolf, not rabbit. But also a wolf in a pack. That's a crazy set of lines that he just said about fabrications being necessary to create something genuine, and it just like totally smash bangs me into Nisei Monogatari territory that we can't get into right now because that's a whole other bag. We just did one huge chunk of reality altering mind meld with a powerful creative. Actually, an immense group of powerful creatives, because holy shit, the conveyance mechanisms that are between the person with the ideas and the expression of those ideas to us through the screen are amazing. And those conveyance mechanisms are the actual animation, and the art, and the audio, and the way it sounds and looks and feels, and the actual structure of it, like the thing. But the ideas themselves are goddamn great. Kind of fiddled with it at the very beginning of the episode, like, there's something about Jujutsu Kaisen where I was just watching it and having a fun time as a show, and kind of like, yeah, there is some cool stuff here, but it's on a surface level. It's like, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Like, I don't need to think too hard about the fact that Yuji Itadori likes not having people die badly. It's a pretty simple character motivation. Also, we kind of ignored it for like the first half of the, oh wait, we didn't ignore it. It all clicks and all makes sense now. And we've actually spent the time to like develop these characters enough so that it matters when we pull 3 of them away. Bam, 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 and like kill a bunch of them and destroy a bunch of shit. It like fits, it all clicks together, and we come up against real, genuine moral conundrums toward the end. Conundrums that are stronger than we even expect them to be. We come down to face Mahito, and we make some progress with Braza, and we find that it's still fucking hard. Harder than ever. And learning and adapting and growing, metamorphosing. God, I can't even on the gorgeousness of the episode. From these flashes into impact frame territory for explaining stuff, to the whole set of sequences and how they feel around these running dudes. These just feel so... It's so sick. It's like stealing the weightiness level from some of the... I forget who it is. Is it? I forget who the name is. The extremely weighty cuts of Ava's running in Evangelion, like some of the best stuff, is throughout all of this. There's tons of Watanabe, I'm certain of it, with the spinning and the whipping and the stuff, but these clicks, and that they've jolted his frame like a forward 1 extra. You know, because we go 1, 2s, bam, 2s. Like, it's a slow-mo to click, slow-mo to click, slow-mo to click. And we create the clicks so that we actually follow with them. It creates the most fun visual experience for this portion of the fight. But and that's like the obvious thing, where on the surface it's like, oh, the fight is so cool because we click around with the clickety-clacks. But the fight is so cool because every element of it is stunningly well done. Like, the squash stretch is immaculate beyond immaculate. The framing and the movement of camera to enable that click is incredible, absolutely stunning. Click, bam. And suddenly we're there. And we keep locking in. The way that we make it work for us is we lock into the thing for just a couple of frames and we move with it. So our camera's moving with the character, and then the character's different and the camera's still moving. Bing. So we just continue on and the thing has changed. But like amazing hand-to-hand stuff. Really dope. Like the big jump up double Inazuma kick is awesome. Goof. Kapam! And then the storytelling of it. The way facial expressions are woven in with punches tells us the emotional impact of the whole thing. I feel like I'm right there in every instant of the thing with Todo and know only what he knows when he knows it. The control over my view into this fight scene, showing me everything it wants to show me and withholding everything that it wants to withhold from me is immaculate. It's perfect at doing that. It's perfect at like every surprising moment, even if you can feel like it's predictable based on the fact that it's got some timing elements that make it like there's going to be a subversion of expectation here because it's so well set up. The setup for this punch into Todo making a great punch is perfect and a little bit too perfect, which makes it feel like it's going to get subverted. Missed and clonked, and he gets to do his own Obari punch back instead, and the timing of that is like, we get the same degree of shock. It's like, wait, I missed? What? Wham! Whoa! And we're with him in every moment of it. That's the storytelling around it. Because this scene could be the same length, and it could be shot from a distance, and it could be Todo makes a swing, and then this guy makes a swing, and it connects. And then we cut to Todo, and he's going, whoa! And it wouldn't tell the story as well. It would still tell the same story. Todo made a punch, and it missed, and then this guy punched him back. But the story that this tells is one of overconfidence instead, and getting humbled. It's a story of like, I am Todo and I will make quick work of this enemy. I have overestimated this enemy, and he punched me in the face. I need to change. It's like a whole ass fucking story beat, yeah? Kathwam, bam, 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 and we split them. Also, this piece, boom, I feel like it's straight out of Chainsaw Man, but I'm not sure. What is that? That's crazy. And again with this running sequence, why do those look so particular to me? Are they Watanabe? Are they Running Man? Probably. And then he teleports to it. It's so cool. The way that he fights is so amazing. And it's just the very beginning, and it's already so fucking amazing. Okay. You are my special. And we get our big battle. Animation spectacular. Truly kind of beyond. Mappa's doing Mappa things. But I'm going to just highlight favorites. I love I love this throw of the 100. Because this is like a mirror of our first scene in the first couple episodes where he's going to fall into the mouth. And now he saves himself from that using a technique that's very similar to the giant beam that we launched earlier at Mahoraga launched, which is pretty cool. Good chunk, and it looks great, I think. Scissor lasers. Oh, and the boppy music that really sells this portion. Here. It's like, yeah, electronic, grunge, cyber, we're fighting in a subway stop in Tokyo in like, and we're at it. We hit those beats on the music so well, and the music is so well aligned with the beats of the show. Double Inazuma kick. Thank you, Based Busters. Into some really lovely, over and over cool pieces of animation. Boom. Thumb, 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 thumb. Shoo. Fum, 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 fum. So much momentum and so much power and speed. And again, it's like storytelling. It's like, we only know what Mahito knows when he knows it. We reveal it at the most poignant and powerful moment. And we do it in a dope way that brings it all together and makes us go, yeah, my brother, let's fucking do it. And then from there, jump to Mahito's perspective and have his ideas. Barrier techniques are complicated. What's my move? And so he learns and adapts and incorporates from the best of the best because he's still growing, and it's fucking horrifying. Every time that this animation starts going, it's crazy fucked, and it's fucking awesome, and I love it. Absolute suicide because he'll touch Sukuna. So why does the 0.2 seconds? Why does the way that he does it this time not get him killed by Sukuna? I'm not actually sure. I don't get. That would be one question that I would love to have actually answered. Move to defend himself. Heading forward. I love this pause in the moment. It feels so stunning, and it feels very much like Hunter x Hunter in that Palace Invasion arc sense. And we are impressed by him. He merges this process, makes it better. It's fucking awesome looking. And it's all combined by that little black flash that allows him to like see through time and space and make this shit happen. This animation style is gorgeous and I fucking love it. And then we drop into paint. Gorgeous and I fucking love it. But wild. Awakened. So he speaks to Sukuna. I'm safe, right? You can't hurt me. So I'll kill him. It'll be fine. Weird. And it is done. The simple domain doesn't do it. And so he's touched him. He almost gets him, but instead it is just an arm. But an arm is all he needs, and even that explodes. Okay, but its explosion severs the thread that holds the cord, that holds his locket, that holds his brother and his love in it. Totoi is a simple man, and he has simple things, and those simple things, it's like the fucking flask or like the Bible that stops the bullet. That's what that is. That's it's your granddad's pocket watch that stops the bullet, that means everything about who you are as a person, and it prevents you from dying. That is the element. It's the dog tag that is the locket that means everything about who Todo Aoi is as a person, and in a way, it will prevent him from dying. It being severed from him. Todo! But we're still in the fight. And suddenly he's here. And he's going for you. Made it all better, but he can't use the technique. So he goes for just a punch. A straight black flash, and we keep holding the chrysalis over it. And another black flash means another revelation. Blocked and focused, but still barely there. It falls. We hold this moment. We go full 360 spin on it, and it dink. And when it dinks, we drop into a full anime insert song where his stand character... I fucking love this. Huh? Nani? Oh. Okay. Nani? She is here. Takada, the Great. Who needs a black flash when you have the flash of love? Who needs to be tied to reality when you're tied by the red strings of fate? When you have the power of God and anime on your side. And God wears a serafuku. Get fucked, bro. With maximum force. I live for this. I live for this. I live for this. And I say that in the least flippant, most sincere, I mean exactly what I said. I live for this. I live for this. I live for moments when an anime does a weird thing and it happens to nail reality. Because this is so compelling to me. At the beginning of this, I talked about how we were saved by this brotherhood. Saved by Todo Aoi. By his simplicity and his humanness and his willingness to like, yo, homie, we're gonna do this, we're gonna pose together. But it raises a question. Is it turtles all the way down? Like, if the answer for cheering up and being better and doing well as a person is to get reached out to and have community and like have somebody to rely on, who does that person rely on? Who watches the Watchmen, right? Who what's his name, the clown who goes to the therapist, like who is the clown for him, right? Who makes his day and makes him laugh? Todo has the answer. Fucking fictional delusions are the answer. Your waifus, bitch. Your waifus are the answer, whether they're real or not. And it's my fucking answer. It's what I live for, is that as a true fundamental truth. Todo Aoi takes his love, his insane love for Takada-san, and his ability to like relate literally anything to her songs and music and the goodness of that, and he expresses it into reality with all of his might. He's a pretty mighty person, right? And he uses all of that might as the conveyance vehicle, the mechanism, like I was talking about the artists creating mechanisms to take an idea and convey it to us. Todo Aoi is the physical embodiment of a conveyance vehicle for the love ideas of making wishes come true expressed by his favorite singer. That's his purpose in life and how he's chosen to live. Hi, I'm Teeaboo. My purpose in life is to be a conveyance vehicle for the artistic mediums that have shaped my reality, because I think that they're really important and can help shape our realities, that they can turn us into powerful fighters and brothers and siblings and friends and community and the homies, and we can work together. I'm trying to channel my Takada-sans. Mine are named Watanabe and Ano and Itano and now Tomino, weirdo, and Ikuhara and Imaishi and so many Kon and so many more, and so Miyazaki and so many more that I can't name them all. There are so many. They have so many voices and so many pieces of art that inspire me, and there are so many more being created all the time. So this cut down, injured, harmed, his power taken away from him, he finds it again and he can clap because of others. But Boogie Woogie will die here, and it will have done what it needed to, maybe. Either way, I don't want to get lost in that yet, in the sads about it yet, because the point is the point. The point is this. The point is that sometimes you just got to do a magical girl transformation sequence and embody the Gambate spirit, even if you've got tears in your eyes and it's hellish. Sometimes you just got to keep on. So he does. We push on together, him and Takada-san. And then, in all of it, clap, bang, flash. A feeling beyond compare, beyond words. He looks at his burned, destroyed hand and his torn off arm. He just barely touched cruelty. He just touched that embodiment of evil, and it almost burned him away. As strong as he is, as resilient as he is, he came just in contact with the hot stove that is human malice, the real capacity for evil that people have, and it almost destroyed him. Because that's right, when you're that kind of a simple idealist, true horror can destroy you. People being awful and cruel and destructive can destroy you. It's got layers, man. But he looks at this destruction and he does not go, oh, my life is over. My arm is destroyed. He goes, what a miracle. I'm alive. I got away with just this. I can still fight. I can do stuff. The homiest of homies. And he watches as your boy Yuji runs. And he collapses, having done what he can. So we take that in stride too, because there's another flip side to that. If somebody gives their all for you and you don't keep on running, you're fucking them over. So Yuji runs. And it's very JoJo's. We've had a number of characters find out critical elements about Mahito and die. Nanami. Nobara. I don't think Toto is dead. I sure hope not. But we'll see. So he grows. And he becomes. And it is truly... That's Cell, or that's Frieza, or that's Meruem. And you might note that Cell, Frieza, and Meruem are all the same thing. They're all the same thing. That's because the people who made Meruem, Togashi knew about Cell, and Cell also it's the same author. It's the same, right? Like, they're all the same character because they're all the same character. So when I say that, it's not to take away from it. It's to say, like, here is a symbolic representation of reaching perfection. Also, it's Cars with the flowy hair. It's Cars, right? Yeah, it fully is Cars. Here is a symbolic representation of reaching human perfection, or whatever perfection, and it strides towards you, pure evil. What do? What does your hero do? It's a tale as old as time. Instant spirit body of distorted killing. I fucking suck. I'm an ass. Yeah, he's an ass. And that assholiness gets us into a really dank fight. What can I say, man? This one's kind of next level. We're barely keeping up. Itadori's perspective is like just barely able to do what he needs to survive. And even then, it just clinks and dinks and donks. And it's like every fight that we've had up till now, but made worse. His true unbridled soul. A different beast entirely. One black flash to rule them all. So he holds it, Jankenpon, and again, it's gone. We've seen, like, our author has read Hunter x Hunter and likes parts of it, and has taken them and incorporated them into his own story in a way that's awesome. This slice thing is fucking cool. I love the way that it looks. And that darkness, we've seen it before a couple of times in the last couple of episodes, but that's a Sumashu. Texas, America, I don't know. United States of Smash? That's a smash, motherfucker. And he hops away scared. And with an assist, and a distraction mostly, just enough time to deliver the final blow. Toto is the mechanism that gets us there, and Itadori delivers the hit. Boom! Spectacular. These are gorgeous. They look like finale Kimetsu no Yaiba stuff. They're gorgeous. Incredible color. I really don't know how you pack this much color in. Like, how does it feel so colorful? Especially as it's moving. Don't know. And the punch itself ends up having more layers than I may have ever seen on anything. Like, whoa! That shit is in 5D. And then we jump from there into denouement and metaphor. But not quite. Because this is just like a previous situation, isn't it? With an enemy crawling away. How interesting. At the end of his line, Mahito becomes another embodiment of another aspect of humanity. Having wreaked all of this havoc, he's now the helpless rabbit and the victim running away, pleading, whining. That's an aspect of us too. All you gotta do is catch somebody doing something really wrong and watch them flip to victimhood real fast. It wasn't my fault, they made me do it. It was... So with the grimace that's permanent now, because his mouth is fucked up, a little bit of that Stallone look. with his teeth grit and his friends fucking dead. Except one. Yuji Itadori stands at the edge of a crater that he had a hand in creating. And he takes some degree of responsibility for that. Yes, you're right, Mahito. We are each other. I am you. I've tried for a long time to pretend like I'm not. To pretend that I'm nice. That I'm not harmful. That I don't understand the urges and destruction that makes humans human. That I don't understand murderers. That I don't understand destroyers and haters. That I don't understand bigots and liars. But I do. I'm one of them. I'm one of us. I'm human. And that means that I have the power to create and the power to destroy. And wielding those two powers, I can choose how to be myself, and I can choose what I'm willing to live with in the world. And I'm not willing to live with you. Not the you that's out here, cowering in front of me, and not the you that lives inside my mind, cowering at the idea of being cut out. The weak shadow part that runs away? No. Crushed until it's dust, breathed in and made a part of me. Built into the concrete, into the bricks that make my being. But killed first. If I am the force that decides, then I'll take responsibility for my decisions, and I decide that you have to go. Not anymore. I just want to kill you. It doesn't matter what you look like. I don't need a lot of justifications to just live properly. I don't need some haughty, high-minded ideals to just do what I know is right. I can figure out the justification later, or maybe somebody else will. I know it's right. But for now, I'm awake, and I have the power, and that means that I am a Jujutsu sorcerer, and so I will live for now without regrets. And when I die, I'll die without regrets. I'm a cog that moves the machinery of reality forward. Todo Aoi may be conveying greatness and beauty, but I'm just conveying the way things have to be, and you have to be gone. Wolf and rabbit, inevitable and pure. Not human to human anymore. You're just a piece of me that needs to be crushed. But like Sukuna saved Megumi, Geto still has plans for Mahito, it seems. So our grand action might come up against another wall. Because Mahito is not the one in power. He's just a human. Whereas the man behind the man behind the man behind the throne, maybe it isn't a man that you're looking for. Maybe it's thrones. Thanks for watching this episode of Jujutsu Kaisen with me. I think that's plenty and we're gonna wrap there. Fuck yeah. Maybe we'll deal with Sakuga later at a later point, but I don't have the brain cells to do it right now. We might also go over this episode more in an animation context. I don't know if I have the brain cells. I don't have the brain cells to do it right now. Love you very much. Thanks so much for watching this insane shit with me and also bearing with my weird scheduling stuff. I'm so glad that I took the time that I did. I'm so sorry for the ouchie that causes when the videos don't go up, but sometimes I need it and sometimes I can't predict when I need it and it's just hard. I'm doing my best and I'm gonna keep doing that because I fucking love doing this and I truly live for it. So don't worry about it stopping. if you want it to continue and you'd like to support the effort and work, despite its inconsistency, you can do so via the Patreon. Even the smallest amount makes a huge difference in the aggregate toward my ability to like live in this world and like actually survive. So thank you so much for that. And thank you to my patrons who are already there. Holy shit, what a show. See you next week. Next time? Next time. Let's say next time. It might be sooner than next week. I'm watching this on the wrong day, so it might be later this week. See you next time for more Jujutsu Kaisen. Much love. Peace.